introducing the real Polo Estate in Abeokuta, Ogun State. So guys, I want you all to key into this because it is going, and before it's gone. Can you come here and purchase your own land? We're genuine, we're authentic. There is no scam zone, there's no wala of left. It is not what I've lost, it is perfect for you. So if you want to buy now, you can buy now. If you want to buy and sell later, that is land, banking, you can also do that. So kindly key into this. I'm sure you're not going to regret it. Comfort and luxury await you here. Thank you.
And generally, nobody wants this. Hey guys, so how you doing today? Welcome to another episode of High Ticket Sales 21-day challenge, and here we're looking at reverse selling to HNIs. And data has proven that HNIs, and generally nobody wants to be sold to, right? People don't want you to sell to them. People actually hate the idea that somebody is coming to them and is selling to them. And so the beauty about reverse the reverse sales and this concept is very powerful, is that it doesn't look like you're selling to them in a reverse selling method. In fact, they are the ones coming to the realization that they need your product or services. They are the ones acknowledging the pain point, how long they've been suffering, and they are the ones admitting the fact that they need a change and they're willing to change, and the time is now. And so this then empowers them, because it's not like somebody is coming to me, is putting pressure. I'm the one realizing I should have put pressure on myself a long time ago. I'm the one realizing I should have done this a long time ago. I'm the one realizing I should have worked on this a very, very long time ago. And it's proven to be a very effective model. It's proven to be a model that works. And once you understand how it works, it's just powerful, because you're having people discover themselves. And so let me start today's class by breaking the steps down. Reverse selling model. First step is, you, instead of come buy this, come buy that, this is what we sell, turn it to a Q&A. So I'll give an example. One of my biggest speech, I've always shared that with you guys, and I encourage you to come up with your own version. I do real estate, so when I meet people, elevator speech is simple. Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's most influential investment coach. I help wealthy people make more money through real estate investment. Will you be interested? It's as simple as that. And right there, it's either a yes or a no, right? And if the answer is yes, then we're going to a lot more questions. Some of the first set of questions is not even about me anymore, right? It's now about the customer. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your name, what you do? Yes. The person goes, oh, I'm this, I'm that. You say, wow, interesting. So your business model is this, is that? Say yes. Oh, right now, what's your biggest pain point as a company? Oh, income, assets. Oh, we have a lot of liquid. We don't know what to do with it. We're thinking of assets. So, wow. So how long? Now, remember, he's the one that said they have a lot of liquid. They're looking at diversification. He said it, not me. Now, I've got what I need, because it means he has resources. He's thinking of other opportunities. Now I need to go in, but not go in and, oh, here's my product, come and buy. And sometimes we're so much in a hurry, and that mess up our ability to sell to HMIs. So the next conversation should go in this manner to say, okay, good. How long have you had this diversification issue where you had a lot of liquid, but you're struggling to diversify, and where do you diversify to and all that. I say, well, it's been I just give an example. 5 years. Whoa, 5 years, that's a long time. So let's assume you were to have been making let's say ROI, return on investment, of about 20% every year from, let's say, real estate investment. How much ROI do you think you'll have made by now? You see, the person then calculates, we have maybe a reserve of $5 million, 5 million, 20% of 5 million, before you know that, wow, I never thought of it, Dr. Steven. I'm realizing that we will have made an additional $2 million in the last 5 years, just doing nothing, just by investing our money into real estate and getting a 20% return on capital appreciation every year, or rental income every year. Whoa! So I say, okay, now you're the one to answer the question. So 20% over $2 million. Can I ask you a question, if you don't mind, I'm sorry I myself this question over and over again. How much will you be willing to pay out of this $2 million to solve this problem? Right? Now, that's if I'm a consultant. Okay? Obviously, the person will say, I don't even mind $200,000 now. I just got a $200,000 client, right? But if I'm not a consultant, I'm the real guy you invest this $5 million with. My next question will go straight up and say, so, now that you've realized you're losing over $2 million, how long, do you want to wait before you fix these problems? Wait? I'm ready to fix it today. Now, let's assume I can show you some, real estate assets. I mean, it's your choice whether they are the ones or right ones for you or not. Is it something you're willing to, if you find the right one out of the ones I'm showing you, is it something you're willing to invest in the next 1 week or 1 month or 1 year from now? In the next 1 week. Because it doesn't make sense. I've been losing $2 million all this while. I'm ready right away. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see, the next conversation is just to now fix another meeting, which is purely a product training, a product knowledge, just walking them through the various products that you have, and the various processes and various advantages. And at that point, you have a motivated buyer, self-motivated buyer, a buyer desperate to buy, a buyer that is ready to do the business with you, rather than, please come do business, please consider us, can't you think it twice, why not, hey, you just want to be that person who right away is making the pitch, making the investment, and going right into all of what he or she needs to make. And I think strongly that that's something all of you here must work on. It's not an easy thing to do, I must confess, but if you rehearse this over and over and over and over again, it's a way better way of selling. And HNIs prefer this model than any other model, right? Any other model wouldn't really work for them. A lot of HNIs would rather have you do a reverse selling method where they are discovering that they need you. And I think this kind of selling strategy is more dignifying. I'm not very agree with me. It's way more dignifying. There's just a lot of dignity to it, and that's also one of the reasons why I like it. For me, those who know me, anything that has dignity on it, I'm ready to do. Right? I'm not interested in any form of money that doesn't have dignity. And there's dignity in labor. and you want to do business with customer in such a way that it's mutual, is respectful, and it's just that sometimes, like we all know, it's difficult to connect with HNIs. And I think once you are not too forceful, once you're coming from that question Q&A, solve their problem, you're very, very close that you can imagine to really getting to do business. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching this. Remember, share your testimony. How has this helped you? How is this changing your mindset? How is this really, really helpful in reviewing how you do your business and how you see business and how you're going to change your product and services? Please, I really need your feedback. If this has had value, share your testimony. Tag me across social media. I'm going to share it as well. Really excited about this. Again, I'm Stephen Akintayo. God bless you. Keep winning and keep closing those deals. Bye.
Yeah, hello guys. How are we doing today? Can we all hear me? Hello, if you know you can hear me, you can just type, I can hear you, I can hear you, I can hear you. Can you all hear me? Hello? Okay, thank you so much, Isaac. Isaac said you can hear me. That's fine. All right, happy new month once again. Happy new month to everyone joining today. This is the 13th of the 21 days IT Health Sales Challenge organized by Dr. Stephen Akintayo, and as well, our subsidiary GTEx and Associates. Right, I'm privileged to stand before you this afternoon. All right, thank you. Oh, edit. I'm privileged to stand before you this afternoon, to share with you one or two things as regards real estate. I'm today's speaker. My name is Daniel Peter. I'm a real estate broker and a wealth advisor with GTEx Holdings. And I will be sharing my slide pretty quick so that we can have um, some things to do here. Before I do that, I think we all listen to Doctor and everything that he's teaching, make sure you put them to practice. Doctor is a great teacher, he's a great mentor, but only if you put what you have been taught into practice, you then see result. You then see results. So, the last request for Doctor was try to do what? Try to make a testimonial of everything you have been doing, what you learned and how you benefited from this program. And, he will really appreciate that. Tag him, do a testimonial of everything you have been taught, tag him, and he will share with you too. He will share, right? So this afternoon, being the 13th of IT Sales Challenge, we will be looking at using facts and figures to sell real estate. If you can still hear me, please make sure you interact well. We are using facts and figures to sell real estate. This is why some of the reasons. This is why some of the real estate agents out there, realtors, are not really selling, because they take real estate as paper, take real estate as clothes, take real estate as popcorn that they are selling on the streets. No, you use facts, you use figures to sell real estate. Real estate is a need, it is not a want. You cannot just wake up and say, yeah, I want to buy real estate. No, it's a need, it's a necessity. Everybody needs it, right? And our own major target audience are HNIs. And HNIs work with facts and figures to buy anything. They don't buy just like that. They work with facts and figures to buy real estate. So we're using facts and figures to sell real estate. If you know you are with me, if you believe that real estate is a want, type want. If you believe that real estate is a need, type need. If you believe that real estate is a want, type want. If you believe that real estate is a need, type need. I want to see your response. I want to see your response. Let the response come in. If you believe that real estate is a want, type want. If you believe that real estate is a need, type need. Yes, sir. Let me see the comments coming. Is real estate a want or a need? I can barely see yours. Is the comment coming in? Can we hear me? All right. Okay, so real estate is a want, type want. If real estate is a need, type need. Okay, you can actually unmute. Can unmute and talk. Let me see. Because I want to really know if people are here, people are hearing me, and everything is going on fine. Because we're going to be learning a lot. We're going to be learning a lot.
Yes,
I'm not
people
seeing
are
anything.
commenting. People are
Okay.
commenting in the chat box. They are
Okay,
commenting in the
okay.
chat box.
All right, because I joined with my cell phone and I can't really see chat here because I'm sharing my screen from my hand. But that's fine. All right, so people are commenting, right? That's fine. Kindly let me check. How many people say want? How many people say need? How many people say want? How many people say need?
Everybody say need.
Everybody say need. Oh, fantastic. 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 So real estate is a need. It is not a want, right? It's among the basic need of humans. You know, it's under shelter. So it's a need. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Even if you ask a poor man today, you know, what do you desire? Okay, you say I want to build a house, I want to own my own house, my own car. You know, no tenant wants to be a tenant. Everybody wants to be a landlord. Right? That shows that real estate is a need, and everything that is a need, there is a demand for it. Right? So using facts and figures to sell real estate, using international perspective, we are privileged to market the product of a multinational company called GTEX Holdings, and we've diversified to US and Dubai. So you need to have facts and figures to sell real estate. Let me read it through. In the competitive global real estate market, data is currency. High net worth individuals, institutional investors, and global home buyers rely on facts and figures to make informed decisions. We will explore how to leverage data to close faster and with greater credibility. Right. So how then do you build, global credibility with trusted data? Now, number one, what this section is trying to say is that, like, what is the importance of data? That is, data builds trust. When you pick a phone right now, if David pick a phone and call Hope, and David said, hello, Mrs. Hope, my name is David, and I'm calling from GTEX Holdings. I am calling you because we have some offers available in Bejuleki. I want you to come and invest now because it's going to appreciate. You've actually communicated what you're selling, but you have not communicated the value, the data, and the what is it called? The fact and figures attached to that property. So data build trust. If you are talking from the lens of understanding, from the lens of data, people trust you more, especially when dealing with cross-border clients, right? If you are pitching Dubai property now, you need to understand the advantages. You need to understand the data metrics over there. You don't need to talk. You don't need to talk about the futures alone. You talk about data because investors are investing into real estate because of what they will get in return. It's an investment. That's why I say it's not a clothes. It's not pepper. It's not popcorn that you know people buy from the groceries and all, right? So especially when dealing with cross-border clients, data establishes confidence. So it references reputable sources again. When you utilize data from, news trends and advisors that are actually in the industry, people will trust you because where you get your data to matters, right? And according to what's his name, one of the sales guru online, is, I think, in the area of Asia, and that is Dan Lok. It categorizes clients into four layers. We have cheap clients, we have sophisticated clients, we have difficult clients, and we have high ticket clients. Right? So sophisticated clients and high ticket clients are those kind of clients that have actually done their due diligence as regards property, as regards the indicators that actually affect the acquisition of properties. So when you talk to them, when you don't have data, you don't have you don't have facts, you don't have figures about what you're selling, then you don't really have confidence in their side. When you talk from the lens of data and fact, irrespective of your age, they respect you, right? They respect you. So I like appreciation. So why actually talking about data? You have to talk about the rental value. Okay, I'm in this slide already. When you want to present data, you have to present it in terms of return on investment, that is ROI. You present ROI and the wealth metrics. When you want to present it, you have to present it when it comes to the ROI and the wealth metrics, right? And the ROI, you can't just say, okay, return on investment is this figure. No, you have to factor in the capital appreciation, the rental yield, the currency edge potential. You cannot compare dirhams today, that is Dubai currency, with Naira, right? Like if you want, I will still use the same person again, David and O. David wants to pitch our aquarium property in Dubai now, and you are only communicating, Burj Khalifa alone with Hope, Mrs. Hope. Mrs. Hope may not really give the total audience if Mrs. Hope happens to be a high ticket client. But if you talk to her from the lens of ROI, from the lens of capital appreciation, from the lens of rental yield, from the lens of currency edge, in the sense that you can just say, and it's true, Dubai currency has been very stable for like 3.6 conversion rate for like, I think 6 to 7 years now. It has been very stable compared to Naira. Naira and dollar fluctuates virtually every day. But when it comes to Dubai, it comes to Doha, it has been stable. And whenever we have currency and economy being stable like that, it affects the property appreciation. It affects the capital appreciation, right? So, and again, the rental value. I know I'm not really reading this verbatim because I actually work with data and as well with facts whenever I'm talking to clients. The news I actually watched the last time around Easter period. Class from Dubai, I think news presenter. They said over 300,000 persons traveled to Dubai just for tourism. Over 300,000 persons travel to Dubai just within the short break of, the Easter break now, just I think 4 days thereabout. People travel to Dubai, and 300,000 persons traveled over there just for, vacation, just to rest and relax. That kind of place, then we need what? Who can guess? When 300,000 persons travel to just Lagos, Dubai is just under UAE. Dubai is not standing on its own. It's under UAE. So let's just put perspective now. David lives in Lagos, and David, you are a senior real estate broker in Lagos, and over 300,000 persons travel down to Lagos for a conference. Let's put it like that. What do you think they will need? David, you can unmute yourself. Is David here? Ebere Chuku, David.
Oh, yes, I'm there, sir.
All right. So, did you get my question?
I didn't get it clear.
Okay. I said, if you happen to be a well-known real estate broker in Lagos, and over 300,000 persons travel to Lagos, right? And you know that this conference is going to accommodate 300,000 persons. As a smart real estate broker, what do you think those people need? For conference is not forever. For like a few days, what do you think they need?
Honestly, I've not put the pieces together.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Who can try? Mr. Israel Thompson, can you give us a try? Can you try?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, in such a scenario, what they need is accommodation. What they would
Okay.
need is shelter, what they get to take care of themselves, stay and take care of themselves. And it can be a hotel, it can be a service apartment, shortlets, service apartment.
Beautiful, beautiful. You've actually gotten it right. So they will need apartments, they will need accommodation, they will need shelter. And that is where we have rental yield comes in, right? Because when people rent maybe shortlets, just the way we call it in the popular stuff is Airbnb. But Airbnb is not the word. Is Airbnb is a platform where they book for shortlets, right? So that is what they need. If that kind of opportunity comes to Lagos, that is what those people need. That mass of attendees, invitees, that is what they need, right? So the directions to go back to Dubai, that shows that the rental income in Dubai is very high. The capital appreciation, very high. The currency edge, very high. Same applies to US. And I'm going to strike a balance. That doesn't mean that Nigerian real estate is not a good place to invest. It's one of the best places to invest. If you invest in land banking in Nigeria, the rate at which it will increase over time, depending on where you invest, though, most especially Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, these hot places, these three cardinal places, I call it cardinal places in Nigeria, it's really increase exponentially, right? So when you invest in that three cardinal locations or states in Nigeria, it's appreciates even more than some properties outside the country. You understand? Right. So that is what this second slide is going to talk about. Let me read through this. A Dubai apartment, for instance, could offer an 8.5% net rental yield with zero property tax, right? Outperforming comparable cities like London, New York. Compare investment climate across countries, including property taxes, visa incentive, and ease of doing business to provide a comprehensive financial overview. This actually explain what our Dubai offer holds. When you invest in Dubai, it's that you don't have to pay property tax. But if you invest in UK, invest in New York, you get property taxes, right? So the one of the fringe benefits that comes to acquisition of property outside the country, most especially Dubai, is that you don't have property tax, right? You don't need to get you are free from property tax, right? So let's move. Let's move. Now, this next slide is talking about a minute, please. This next slide is talking about when you align data with client objectives. Now, high ticket clients buys with not just fact and figures, they buy with emotions as well and lifestyle. They buy with emotions, they buy with lifestyle. Let me read through this. For investors, when you highlight the returns are going to get for high net worth individuals, they get fascinated with it. Some high net worth individuals don't really go with the concept of discount, right? They will say like, okay, this there's a discount here. Poor people really rush discounts. Not poor people per se. there is a way you communicate discounts to high net worth individuals. It's still discounts are communicated, but that word discount, there is a word Dan Lok do use. I've forgotten that word. Instead of saying buy property, you say own property. Right? Those are like there's some terminologies you use for high ticket sales stats. When you are selling, people know that, oh yes, this one is talking from the lens of understanding, right? So when you want to align that with client objective, you know the kind of pitch you want to pitch to these people. You know the kind of words you want to use, right? For example, our Berry Polo, right, or golf course. If I want to pitch that property, we want to pitch it with the value on it, the value in it. The polo club that is going to come there, the golf, the green and smart, the central sewage system. Those are the things we bring into the market that is quite different from other developers, other real estate companies. And when you tell this story that aligns with the emotions and the lifestyle of these high net worth individuals, they buy into it. High net worth people play golf, they play polo. That's their game. They don't play pairs, they don't watch animes, they don't they don't play golf, they don't play chess, they don't play Ludo, and there's what Yoruba people call Ayo, like Okmon and all like that. They don't really do that, right? What they do more of polo, they do more of golf, and maybe sometimes carry thereabout. So that is lifestyle. If you want to really sell the luxury to them, I will still use the property in Dubai. If you want to sell property okay, for example, I was speaking to one of my clients yesterday. He resides in is it UK? Forgotten. But he said the last time he traveled to Dubai, what this real estate broker, what they do in Dubai is immediately you're landing from Dubai airport, they are taking you to their property. That is the way they actually they sell. If you are shy about selling properties, I think you have to go and learn from them. They are not shy. They are very, very good with sales. They will carry you from the airport straight to their office. Then they treat you well like a king. They treat you well and they pitch property to you, right? And the emphasis of the property now, they will now tell you that it's close to Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, right? And that's pride, that's lifestyle of I'm even staying close to the biggest property, sorry, the tallest property in the world, where we have a lot of luxury experiences. They may want to key into it. 85% of them want to key into it. Because what? Dubai is a fast growing economy, it's a fast growing country. Right. So that's one of the ways you can sell it. What's it called? Lifestyle. Right. All right. So let's move on. Please, you can just keep typing your questions because we won't stay long on call. Now if you want to leverage global markets now, global market trend, I think I've said this already while I was explaining. We talk about urban migration, inflation hedging, green buildings, digital nomad visas. Like for example, urban migration. I said something about the 300,000 persons that moved to Dubai as at April during the Easter break, and same thing we're having here. We have the UN data shows over 68% of the global population will live in urban areas by 2050, driving demand. This analysis, this data affects Lagos as well. Everything I'm discussing, I will tailor it down to Lagos, so pretty quick. I'll tailor it down to Lagos. This to 2050, this 2050 analysis by UN affects Lagos. He said, because put to perspective, see another data now. If you want to sell property in Lagos, I don't know who is maybe you're in university or you just graduated. or you have graduated, let me put it to like, if you school in North Central, you school in West, you school in East, don't lie. One way or the other, you have this mindset. Before this jackpot started raining, you have this mindset that after school, I'm going to Lagos to go and work. 85% of graduates are looking forward to Lagos. They want to come to Lagos. And record has it that, now see the perspective, see another data, see another fact here. In Lagos alone, we have over 5 universities, both private and state and federal. Let's even wrap it up. We have 36 states, right? We have 36 states. In that 36 states, we have each state having federal and state university, excluding private. Now calculate just state university, federal university, private university. You then calculate polytechnics. You then calculate polytechnics again in these 36 states. And then you now still tailor it down to faculties, tailor it down to departments, tailor it down to, let's just say, for example, because when I was in school then, I schooled in North Central, we have about 100 or 200 persons in the class, in the department. Then I'll say we have 8 departments, 8 faculties, 4 departments. If you do the analysis, you see that over 500, what am I even saying? Over, let me put it, over 100,000 persons are graduating every year. Over 100,000, over 100,000 persons. I'm just being careful with the figures now, because if you want to calculate states, federal, polytechnics, and private of these 36 states, right? Get them together. So if you can pitch this thing with figures, telling investors that people are trooping down to Lagos, if you believe me, the real estate market is boom, right? If you can really master figures, facts, and talk to clients, no clients will come to my front today and I'm pitching our property in Ibejuleki. Unless you don't have money, don't come to my front. If you don't have money, if I talk to you and you give me audience, you buy. You will buy, right? You will buy, because I don't like looking foolish in front of people. Like, okay, I'm just fidgeting. I don't know how to talk to people when it comes to figures. I talk to you because I've done my own research. I do more of Dr. Stevens' video. I do more of Grant Cardone videos. I do more of, Golden's videos as well. So this guy deals with figures. They deals with numbers, right? So when you sit down with people that actually call billions, millions, even though you are small, when you call billions, you're like, have you seen it before? But that's I actually digress. So urban migration, we look at that. Inflation edge. Real estate provides a tangible asset to counter inflationary pressure. That is how it is for real estate. If you invest in real estate did not really did not depreciate. Real estate appreciate. It now depends on the kind of asset class. That's real estate asset you acquire. Is it land? Is it housing? If it's house, residential house consumes more money than land. When you buy land for land banking, it just appreciates. You spend lesser. When it comes to residential house, you spend more, because what you may want to renovate, you may want to paint, you may want to service, you may want to do a lot of stuff. But by all means, it's still going to appreciate. It's still appreciated. But the volume at which it's going to appreciate will be different from the land part of it, right? So this last part, this digital nomad visa, the rise of remote work opens new markets for international buyers. So what I'm trying to do, this one be tailored to Dubai again, because Dubai offers golden visa to every investor that invests 2 million dirhams and above. You get to come with sorry, excuse me. You get to come with your family, yourself, and maybe one nanny, right? If you invest 2 million dirhams and above. you're entitled to a golden visa, 10 years golden visa, subject to renewal, right? You need to understand that. So when it comes to 1 million, when it comes to 1 million dirhams, they call it investor visa. It's not golden visa, but if it's 2 million and above, it's called investors visa, right? Okay, so I think we're done with this. So let's go to the next slide. We're wrapping up soon. Visualize the data. So while talking to clients, you have to visualize the data, your data story. Sometimes if you are privileged to present slide with your clients, especially you are doing presentation like this, you can present this in chart and infographics, while talking to client, and it presents complex data clearly and concisely. Because if you present things to investors, some investors don't let them, they don't like complexity, they don't like complication. Just make it clear, and charts and infographics make it very clear. You can start piling up your what's it called, your questions. So you can use comparative virtuals too. You compare properties across countries using key metrics. You can pick your data from any, you can pick your facts, from any part of the real estate. You can use the comparison of countries. You can use how they measure their properties. You can use documents. You can use those facts to really talk to clients. And I hope you know that CFO and everything is all about Nigeria. CFO is not halfway the country. You don't take CFO in Dubai, US, or it's quite different. Their documents is different. Right. So show social proof and demand metrics. We have 60% international buyers come from the UK and Ghana, Canada last quarter. 25% repeat clients, reflecting high satisfaction and trust. Positive reviews. Okay, this one is just like still leveraging what I said the other time about if you want to present to a client, you may want to use chart. And if you're using chart, you will check all your because facts and data to still boils down to testimonials, because those are facts that okay, yes, people have been doing business with you, and these facts still reflects and actually point down to GTEx holdings. So most of our clients are in diaspora. It's even over 70%. Over 70% of our clients are in diaspora. And you can see most of our testimonials too. They are outside too. And some that their representative are here in Nigeria, they do testimonials on their behalf. So we can do this, to build trust and to close most of your clients when it comes to presentation of data. All right, so data conclusion now. Data closes the deal. Now, in international real estate, emotion opens the door, but data closes the deal. I repeat, in international real estate, emotion opens the door, but data closes the deal. When you use global facts, trends, and localized numbers, you speak your buyer's language, the language of certainty and opportunity. This approach builds trust and accelerates decision making for a truly global clientele, right? So if you really speak in the language of numbers, you are speaking the language of high ticket clients. You are speaking the language of high ticket clients. You are speaking the language of high ticket clients. But if you are speaking based on, if you are speaking based on just futures and all, you are not really speaking their language. You're not really speaking their language. So if you want to use another fact for Lagos, I'll be wrapping up in less than 3 minutes now. If you are pitching property in Lagos, for example, especially Ibejile, Lagos is divided into two. You have the mainland and we have the highland. The island properties are quite pricey. Some properties in Magodo too and Omole are very pricey too compared to some places, right? But my focus is in Ibejuleki. We have over 4 estates in Ibejuleki. We have Garnet Estate, we have Jasper Estate, we have Beryl Estate, we have Ekpe. Ekpe is on the highland as well, but it's a place that connects island and mainland. So we can still refer it to as island. We have Prime Roads, we have Beryl, right? So you can write this down. I don't know, it can help somebody where you are picking Lagos property, especially Ibejuleki. Ibejuleki has over, you can do your Google too, over, because this is what I used to close my own deal when I was pitching to these clients as at January. But Lekki has has projects, the totality of the projects going on there, worth over $20 billion. Ibejuleki projects, not our own projects, but the projects in Ibejuleki alone, right? Is over $20 billion. Because Dangote refinery alone worth 17 billion. We have Dangote refinery, we have Lekki Deep Seaport, we have Lekki Free Trade Zone, we have Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, we have the airports coming again it will be the first airport on the island. So when you factor in all these things, it's even over $50 billion. Right. So what I'm trying to say is, if you understand these facts and figures, tell me, why will there be a project going on in a particular location, right, worth over $50 billion? This project is not private project. They are commercial projects. And commercial project brings employees, brings employment opportunity. And whenever there are employment opportunity in a location, there is always what? Housing deficit. There's always what? Quest for accommodations, shelter, roof. And Dangote Refinery has the capacity to employ over 2,000 employees. Did you get the analysis? So when you're doing all this analysis, when you're doing all these facts and data together, you talk to investors, let them see the possibility in Ibejuleki. They will buy. They will buy. Down the shop. So this junction, I think I would like to say thank you so much for having me, but I would love to have questions if you have any questions so that we can pick it up from there. Do we have any questions? And please, if you get value, please say value. I'll be the only one talking since I don't know if you are following. I don't know if you are following. Can we all unmute? Let me hear if you are really understanding, if you are getting everything I've been saying so far. Let me hear you guys. Let me hear you guys say value. Let me
value. We're really getting value. We're excited, and we are getting value.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so I think I'll give it up to Derek from here. Thank you so much. So I think I'll give it up to Derek. You can go on with it. Derek is the anchor for today. We'll stop sharing. If you have question, please ask your question. I think there's a meeting with doctor by 4 p.m. So we need to get prepared for that. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Peters, for that interesting and impactful information and the value you just shared today. I mean, I'm feeling heavy right now. I don't know if you guys are feeling heavy. If you're feeling heavy, type on the chat box, say, I'm feeling heavy. I got so much value. Let's get all those messages on the chat box. Say value. And so we've actually come to the end of this session, and we're going to be wrapping up in less than 5 seconds. So don't forget that if you can bring 20 persons every day, 20 persons for 7 days, you stand a chance to win 500K for advert fund. I mean, that's really amazing. Don't forget, if you can bring 7 persons, if you can bring 20 persons every day for 7 days for this 21-day sales challenge, you stand a chance to win 500K advert fund. And also, we are going to be having our Doha trip that is coming on June. I mean, this same month, going to come this same month. And the criteria for you to qualify for this trip is 15 million naira in sales. I mean, just believe, just like what he said, if you believe in yourself, you have the right mindset, you can always sell from this information that Mr. Daniel Peters has given to us. If you implement all he has taught us here, I mean, you can even close tomorrow. You can even close this week. You can close next week. So you can stand a chance for going for our Doha trip. And don't forget, when you go for such trips, it qualifies you to meet with certain people you will never be able to meet. I mean, those are the privileges you get to, network with high network individuals. You get to exchange contacts. You get to rub minds with them. You get to understand about the different patterns of real estate in Doha. And that's going to actually help you in your real estate sojourn. So people start seeing your pictures online. They say, "Oh, this guy is a high network. He's know what he's doing. He's a high network marketer. He's a high network salesperson." So people want to connect with you. The way they perceive you. So please try as much as possible to be able to close up to 50 million sales, so you can meet up for the Doha challenge. And like I said earlier on, I'm going to be there live. I'm going to be. I mean, you stand a chance to meet me and also connect to me also. I mean, high network individual. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So wrapping up right now. Thank you very much. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Bye.